I slowly rub my sleepy eyes. I slowly rub my sleepy eyes. I open my eyes. I open my eyes. I turn off the alarm. I turn off the alarm. I wake up early. I wake up early. I stretch my arms. I stretch my arms. I sit up in bed. I sit up in bed. I get out of bed. I get out of bed. I put on my slippers. I put on my slippers. I stand on the floor. I stand on the floor. I make my bed. I make my bed. I fluff my pillow. I fluff my pillow. I open the curtains. I open the curtains. I open the window. I open the window. I let some fresh air in. I let some fresh air in. I take a deep breath. I take a deep breath. I walk to the bathroom. I walk to the bathroom. I walk into the bathroom. I walk into the bathroom. I turn on the light. I turn on the light. I use the toilet paper. I use the toilet paper. I stand at the sink. I stand at the sink. I look in the mirror. I look in the mirror. I turn on the water. I turn on the water. I wash my face. I wash my face. I dry my face. I dry my face. I use soap. I use soap. I wash my hands. I wash my hands. I pick up my toothbrush. I pick up my toothbrush. I brush my teeth. I brush my teeth. I rinse my mouth. I rinse my mouth. I use mouthwash. I use mouthwash. I dry my hands. I dry my hands. I hang up the towel. I hang up the towel. I turn off the water. I turn off the water. I turn off the light. I turn off the light. I leave the bathroom. I leave the bathroom. I open my closet. I open my closet. I choose my clothes. I choose my clothes. I take off my pajamas. I take off my pajamas. I put on a clean shirt. I put on a clean shirt. I button my shirt. I button my shirt. I put on my pants. I put on my pants. I put on my socks. I put on my socks. I fold my pajamas. I fold my pajamas. I hang up my clothes. I hang up my clothes. I comb my hair. I comb my hair. I tie my hair up. I tie my hair up. I stretch in the morning. I stretch in the morning. I run on the treadmill. I run on the treadmill. I wipe the sweat off my face. I wipe the sweat off my face. I take a shower. I take a shower. I use shampoo. I use shampoo. I dry my hair. I dry my hair with a towel. I put on deodorant. I put on deodorant. I put on my clothes. I put on my clothes. I use moisturizer. I use moisturizer. I fix my hair. I fix my hair. I put on makeup. I put on makeup. I sit on the floor. I sit on the floor. I close my eyes. I close my eyes. I meditate for 5 minutes. I meditate for 5 minutes. I stand up slowly. I stand up slowly. I put on my glasses. I put on my glasses. I pick up a book from the shelf. I pick up a book from the shelf. I open the book. I open the book. I read a page. I read a page. I close the book. I close the book. I place the book on the shelf. I place the book on the shelf. I take off my glasses. I take off my glasses. I pick up my phone. I pick up my phone. I check my phone. I check my phone. I charge my phone. I charge my phone. Now I'm ready for breakfast. Now I'm ready for breakfast.